This is the WWE Smackdown November 17, 2023 full show results video which takes place at Ford Center Evansville in Evansville, Indiana. The all-new, all-different Damage Control make their entrance together, and Bayley puts Asuka joining over as a top moment in WWE history and says the new and improved Damage Control is the strongest faction in all of WWE right now, playing chess while the rest of you idiots are playing Candyland. Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi weren't ready for Asuka, she cackles, and Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane chat in Japanese among themselves and Bayley asks if she's missing something, and Dakota Kai says Asuka was saying this isn't Damage Control because somebody in the ring isn't part of Damage Control yet, and Bayley panics thinking she's about to be kicked out. Kai explains that Asuka feels she's not officially in the stable yet, and it's Bayley's job to induct her, so the role model gets on one knee and makes like she's proposing to Asuka and asks her to join. Asuka takes the shirt and she's in, and Dakota follows it up by saying that they want Bayley to propose a WarGames match, Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Shotzi Blackheart, Charlotte Flair, and a partner of their choosing. Shotzi attacks, and Damage Control overwhelms her. Flair and Belair make the save, but that damn numbers game is against them and Damage Control stands tall. Back from the commercial, Shotzi Blackheart talks about how she wants to kick Damage CTRL's butts, but Bianca Belair steers them toward finding a fourth member and she thinks Charlotte knows someone that fits the bill. General Manager Nick Aldis rolls up to say he wants to know their fourth member by the end of the night. Then we saw a match between Brawling Brutes, Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland, versus Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson, versus Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, and the result of this match was Street Profits won the match by pinfall with Revelation on Ridge Holland, becoming the #1 contenders to the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championship. Bobby Lashley comes to the stage to celebrate with the Street Profits while a frustrated Holland leaves Dunne in the ring. Then we see Bianca Belair chatting backstage with Mia Yim and we go to break, and back from the commercial, Damage Control are beating the holy hell out of Mia Yim, with road agent Ken Doane barely able to shoo them off, the damage done. The next match happened between Axiom versus Dragon Lee, and the result of this match was Dragon Lee won the match by pinfall with Operation Dragon. Santos Escobar makes his entrance and gets on the mic, and he talks about how you should never meet your heroes, and he comes from a rich lucha libre tradition, and all of his family have been labeled heroes, but to him, his hero was Rey Mysterio. He wanted to have the next generation see him the same way he saw Rey, and he was like a father to him and made him feel at home. But after last week, he realized that Dominic Mysterio was right about everything, he deserved to be United States Champion, and who won the title? He wanted to rebuild the LWO, and who took over and brought in new members like Carlito? He switches to Spanish for a long beat before complaining that Rey sided with an outside like Carlito over him, and he knows Rey is watching from his hospital bed, and he hopes all this pain reminds him of how it felt when he betrayed him. Zelina Vega is watching in Gorilla with Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, and she storms out to the stage and ringside as Santos calls Rey Mysterio trash, etc. She gets in the ring and jaws at him before slapping him and leaving, head in her hand, and Joaquin and Cruz come down and Escobar asks if they're gonna side with her over him and says he allowed them to exist. They join him in the ring and he wants it to be the three of them together, but Wilde says he's out of line, and Cruz says they can't stand for what he did to Rey. Escobar says he sees and tells them to get the hell out of here, they're dead weight, but of course, when they go to leave, he puts boots to them and beats them up. He says he made them and he'll destroy them whenever he wants, and Carlito makes the save. And Escobar leaves rather than fight him. The next match happened between Cameron Grimes versus Grayson Waller, and the result of this match was Grayson Waller won the match by pinfall with the flipping kill switch, dubbed the Dingo Driver by Road Dogg. Then we see Bianca Belair chatting with Zelina Vega outside the trainer's room and we go to break, and back from the commercial and, of course, Damage Control has beaten the holy hell out of Zelina Vega. Paul Heyman is in the ring with Solo Sikoa and Big Jim Uso, and he says he has a big surprise for us, an acknowledgement ceremony for Solo Sikoa after his victory over John Cena, and the surprise of the night, the 16-time champion of the world, John Cena, is not here tonight, and it's all thanks to Solo. LA Knight interrupted them and says Heyman's out here talking about cause and effect, but he hasn't mentioned how, no matter how good Roman Reigns has been, the only reason he's still champion is because of the bloodline. Yeah. Everybody knows that's a problem, the whole world knows that's a problem, Knight knows that's a problem, and he's got a problem solver, name of LA Knight, yeah. Then we saw a match between Big Jim Uso versus LA Knight, and the result of this match was LA Knight won the match by pinfall with BFT. Post-match, Solo Sikoa comes down the ramp and Knight draws an imaginary line in front of himself, but Jimmy blindsides him and Solo hits the Samoan spike, and Cody Rhodes makes the save and the babyfaces turn the tide. Bianca Belair, Shotzi Blackheart, and Charlotte Flair make their entrances, and Charlotte gets on the mic and says they're running out of time and they accept Damage Control's WarGames challenge. She knows a thing or two about turning on a best friend, and there's a thin line between love and hate, but if she's going to war, there's only one person she wants on her side. Damage Control comes and get up on the apron, and Becky Lynch is here as the fourth babyface for WarGames, and we get a brawl that continues until we go off the air.